The greatest thing about New Jersey has always been New Jerseyans themselves. To truly understand this, you need only look at the New Jersey heroes we have with us today. There is Carolyn B.T. Wallace of Newark. Where are you, Carolyn? Stand up, please. There you are. 40 years ago, she and her late husband, James, founded the International Youth Organization as a way to help kids in Newark. She has dedicated her life to transforming lives through education and community service. Carolyn, thank you for your hard work.
I was very fortunate. Before I was even in politics, I got a chance to meet Mr. Wallace. And I was very happy that the camera went through by the mural, and the spirit of him was evident because you saw it painted on the side of that building. And Mr. Wallace really is a guy who is one of our heroes in this city that isn't talked about enough. The lives that he's touched are not celebrated enough. And I know, and the reason why I feel such a kinship to Mr. Wallace is because some people live a life of love in this world that touches generations yet unborn. And I know that from my father, who grew up in very, very difficult situations, to a single mom who couldn't take care of him, grew up in a community that had a lot of Mr. Wallaces that kept him from, as he said, but for the grace of God, I would have been in jail. I would have been under jail, as he used to say. But it was the love that kept him on track. Folks that helped him got to college, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that love. Well, Mr. Wallace has touched thousands of those people, and I just want to make sure that we didn't talk about IYO without talking about him. But obviously, Mr. Wallace's memory is kept alive through the work that continues to go on through IYO right now. And let me just say this, because Ms. Wallace won't say it. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. And this is what amazes me about Ms. Wallace, is she's facing tough fiscal times. There have been some very difficult times for this organization. But yet she finds a way. It's a very great tradition in the black community. I always love it. My great grandmother used to always tell me, boy, if you don't got nothing in your can but a can of Crisco and a chicken, you can make a gourmet meal out of nothing. You were putting together very little resources to create a beautiful banquet table for so many to sit at and to benefit from. And your leadership to me inspires me, because when things got bad in this economy, many of the things that people were supporting you, the grants were drying up, you just kept it going. So I just want my prayers to be with the memory of Mr. Wallace and IYO, and we as a community should be stepping up to do everything we can to make sure one of the longer serving organizations started in Brick Towers, one of the longer serving youth organizations in the city, does not stumble but thrives in the future, because there are so many kids that need that support, need that help. And then, yeah.